have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Oh. Then we are presented with three options. Either the law of our world that allows only one arisen has been upended, or Jesus arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deesa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? Oh, to think such a place existed. How very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own.
Oh, good. You return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
Aye, this should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts. I say we collect as much as we can. Carry. these writings could be of import.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
Methinks of.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might... Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for Your Majesty's efforts.
We're off to Vernworth Palace, then. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. I'd gladly accompany you into the palace if I could, Master, but my kind are only permitted as far as the entrance.
Our duty to see this peace protected. Still waiting on...
Our road...
We shall wait here to...
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Such quiet. It's a blessing. I could see myself having a kid.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part.
I wish the Minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere. There are times when no one's standing watch there at all.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more? Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it.
Chance to put my feet up is as well. Take it easy today. My places are acting up. Can't complain, mine.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble today.
Oh, that took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilt between Vermund and his neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will...
Phasus. Now there's a name to remember.
As a reward for Your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that your majesty return once you've procured such attire. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Your majesty, that attire, it may be unsuitable. 'Tis a formal affair, you see. I apologize for my brusqueness, but pray, seek out proper raiment. I shall await you here in the meantime. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just hope to see you again. Fancy a look at my wares?
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Well met, sir.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, your majesty, that attire. I apologize for my brusqueness. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Welcome to Bjorn's Armour, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So, many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Nothing caught your eye? Oh, that's a
Might as well take a look. While you're here, eh? Stop by again soon.
Welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim, while examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds. I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crownflowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain, yet all the same, I would ask that your majesty venture to Vermund's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Do to someone else what I just did to you. What could she have meant by that? There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. Shall we discuss tactics now or later? There is a rumor whispered among pawns that I have oft pondered. The gist of it is, when pawns travel beyond the rift, we can contract a peculiar illness that imperils the lives of those around us. At first, we are only restless and excitable, but in time we become so unruly that even the Arisen holds no sway over us.
That sounds most unpleasant. I do hope we shall remain free of it.
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but ours is a party of women.
There are one or two places of interest nearby. I could tell you more about them if you like, Master.
Light gives our foes frustrating mobility. will be tricky to fell them without luring them into range.
No quarrel here.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me.
My magics are at your disposal. Ah, I see you pinched something from our bow. That's crafty of you.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Together now. The attack has won.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
No.
These beasts will be truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. Well done. Arisen, are you all right?
Right. I've got a grip on our foe. Already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up.
Full relieved am I to greet another dawn.
The threat of attack seems more manageable by daylight.
Together we are indomitable.
Indeed. 'Twas enough to make one pity our foe. I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
An abandoned campsite, just waiting to be claimed.
Mayhap we ought to return for a rest when we're in need of one.
left us a parting gift. I'll see it safely into my pack, don't you worry.
Look at my wares. It is quiet.
Life can be tiring even if you
Is there aught else you care to ask? Beg pardon? Why would you ask such a thing? A letter? Oh, you've made quite the discovery. Brass means imitating someone in thieves' cant. This letter means to say someone's taken on such a request. Naturally, I can say nothing as to the who or what of the arrangement. I'm sure you understand. Is there aught else you care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. My apologies. Is there aught else you care to ask? Aye. Take care, then.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself. If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
That all you wanted to ask? Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral, but I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, once. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen. We're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should do the trick.
Where did you... You're gathering grimoires, eh? My lord told me. I happen to be in possession of the Veiled Tome, Owl in Blizzard. I'd even be willing to part with it. If you'd be willing to trade me Fulminous Shield, the magic Aegis for it, that is. What say you? Oh dear. Still haven't found it? Then I'm afraid I'll have to hold on to Owling Blizzard for the time being.
I'll have an early supper.
Worrying's giving me an achy back. And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? Saurians! There!
Our foe abhors the cold. We'll want to use ice against it.
I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can.
Was most effective.
You!
Well, while you're here, eh?
Whatever I might do.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
I'm sure there's a very good reason for this detour. We must respect our master's wishes.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by...
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents...
Might head to market. I need a few. What's the saying?
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by...
Welcome to the Star Drop. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Always a pleasure. Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back anytime.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, I'm afraid this paper alone does not constitute sufficient proof. Ah, but of course. I surmise your Majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, Your Majesty.
That thief maester's a capable sort. I'd wager this will make life rather difficult for the Queen Regent.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask my thanks? Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security, so pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Mayhap you'll learn aught of this scout. Who would claim your title if you attend a palace masquerade. Onward to Burnworth Castle. Pawns may not enter the castle grounds, Master. We shall have to part ways at the gates.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
'Twas an eventful journey.
We shall await you here, Master.
You shan't be allowed to attend the masquerade in that garb, sir. I beg you to I cannot permit you to enter the masquerade hall in your current raiment. 'Tis ill-suited to the occasion.
My bed calls, and I shan't resist.